What if the key to unlocking your highest potential has been lying dormant within you all along? A force so powerful, it's shaped history's greatest minds: Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein. This isn't fantasy. It's Kundalini. Buried within the very fabric of your being is an energy so ancient. Mystics and sages have safeguarded its secrets for centuries. They called it Kundalini, a force so potent, it bridges the gap between the human and the divine. Visualize it as your internal alchemist, capable of transmuting the ordinary into the extraordinary. It is the key that turns raw potential into genius, instinct into foresight, and fleeting inspiration into lifelong mastery. This force has been hidden in plain sight, encoded in ancient texts, whispered in sacred rituals, and now even validated by modern neuroscience. The question isn't whether it exists, but rather, are you ready to unlock it? History remembers them as geniuses, visionaries, and pioneers. But what if their brilliance was more than just intellect? What if hidden beneath their extraordinary minds was an awakened force, a force that granted them limitless creativity, insight, and innovation? Leonardo da Vinci, who saw the interconnectedness of all life centuries ahead of his time. Nikola Tesla, who could visualize entire machines in his mind before they were ever built. Albert Einstein, who spoke of receiving sudden revelations as if from another realm. Could these have been signs of an activated Kundalini? Ancient traditions suggest that genius is not random, it is unlocked. That within each of us lies a sleeping potential, an energy field waiting to be tapped into. Modern neuroscience hints at this possibility, revealing how heightened states of awareness correlate with altered brainwave patterns, increased neural connectivity, and even profound shifts in perception. If this energy could be awakened, what limits would remain? What hidden abilities have yet to surface within you? If this power is within us, why do so few ever experience it? The answer is hidden in plain sight, in the way we live. Our world keeps us distracted, conditioned, and disconnected. We are trained from birth to look outward, toward screens, toward validation, toward routine. But the path to awakening has always been inward. Ancient texts describe the Kundalini as a serpent of light, coiled at the base of the spine, waiting, not out of reluctance, but out of necessity. In this modern world, where stress, fear, and unchecked desires dominate the mind, the energy remains bound. It does not wake for the unready. Science supports this. Our brains are shaped by experience. Neural pathways deepen with habit. A life of stress and distraction reinforces disconnection. But when the mind is still, the body aligned, and awareness sharpened, something shifts. The serpent stirs. The question is not whether Kundalini exists. The question is, are you ready to wake it? Kundalini does not awaken gently. It erupts. It is not a quiet whisper, but a roaring storm within. Some feel it as a surge of electricity, spine tingling, nerves ignited, as if their very cells are awakening from a deep sleep. Others describe it as a rising fire, an unquenchable heat climbing the spine, pushing against the limits of their body. And then, there are those who feel a great expansion, a dissolving of the self, a boundless awareness that stretches beyond the physical form. Science struggles to define it, yet those who experience it know. It is more real than anything they have ever known. Brain scans reveal heightened activity in areas linked to higher consciousness. as if the mind is accessing dimensions beyond ordinary perception. Some fear it, others embrace it. But once Kundalini rises, there is no turning back. But awakening is not always blissful. When Kundalini rises, it does not merely bring light, it drags the shadows into the open, and the shadows fight back. The past, buried beneath years of silence, resurfaces like a storm. Old traumas burst. Through the seams, memories long forgotten suddenly feel fresh, raw, unhealed. Fear, once controlled, now spirals into something monstrous. The ego resists, clinging desperately to the illusion of control, whispering, "Turn back. It's safer in the dark." And then, there is the body, the battlefield of transformation. The skull feels as if it is cracking from within. Pressure builds in the forehead, behind the eyes. The heart races without warning, a rhythm that no doctor can explain. Some feel the spine convulsing, as if an unseen force is reshaping them from the inside out. Emotionally, it is a free fall into the unknown. Some experience waves of unexplainable euphoria, only to plummet into despair the next moment. Sanity feels fragile. Thoughts blur. Reality itself bends at the edges. This is the dark night of the soul, a test of surrender. And in this moment, one truth becomes clear. Few understand it, and even fewer are prepared. To awaken is to burn. To endure is to transform. The fire of Kundalini is relentless. It does not merely warm, it consumes. The self you once knew is reduced to ash, every illusion incinerated in its wake. The false masks, the conditioned fears, the smallness of your former existence, they cannot withstand the flames. What remains is raw, unshaped truth. And when the fire subsides, the world is no longer the same. Colors shimmer with a new intensity. Red is not merely red, but a vibration felt within. Time bends, stretching and collapsing in ways the old mind could never perceive. Synchronicities multiply. Reality weaves itself into patterns, and what was once dismissed as coincidence is now recognized as alignment. But the greatest shift is within. The mind expands beyond limitations, seeing not just what is, but what has always been hidden beneath the surface. Awareness sharpens, intuition deepens. One no longer thinks, one knows. And in this knowing, the self that once was ceases to exist. In its place, something else emerges, a being reborn through fire. Kundalini awakening is a journey for those who are ready to reclaim their true power and step into their highest potential. As Carl Jung once said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." The time is now. Step into your awakening. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe to our channel. Share this video with others so they can benefit from this message, and don't forget to leave a comment below, sharing your thoughts, reflections, and experiences. Thanks again for watching. Take care and see you in the next one.